Hi guys, so we're gonna go to my 39-week appointment today. I know my face is super red at the bottom because of the fact that I didn't put on the rest of my makeup. I didn't feel like it. I just put underneath my eyes because I have dark circles because I have children. So anyway, we're going over to my appointment, which is at 2:15. I think right now it's like 1:50. So I'm going to be leaving here in a second, and I will be back to probably film my 39-week update, and yeah, bye. Mommy. Hi guys, so I'm sorry. I promised myself I wouldn't be crying, but you know, that's kind of what happens when life sucks a little bit. So my daughter was, yes, I found out it was a girl, a little girl. She was born yesterday, May 7th at 8:52 p.m. She weighed in at 8 pounds and 18.5 ounces, and she measures at 20 inches, I think 20 and a half inches. So she's a big healthy girl, and for the most part. So the reason why I'm crying so much is because of the fact that I'm still extremely emotional, especially for having to go through this by myself right now. But so basically what happened was she was born yesterday. She was born limp and blue. She had her cord wrapped around her neck twice, which wasn't really the problem. What the problem was is she had swallowed a lot of meconium from inside. So she had swallowed a lot of meconium and ended up getting MAS, which is meconium aspiration syndrome. I think that's how you say it, or whichever. You can look it up. I'm not in the mood right now, but so her breathing sucked after that. They literally let me hold her for like 2 seconds, and then she had to go to the nursery, and this is in Gillette, and then they had done an x-ray to just see exactly how much was going on in her lungs, and if it was something that could be cured after a while, just being in the hospital and just being observed, or if something else needed to happen. Well, unfortunately, something else needed to happen. She ended up, the pediatric there had said, when he looked at the x-ray, had said that he was thinking it was CDH, which is basically an intestinal hernia. So like anything from like the intestines or kidney or whatever could be up in the chest cavity kind of area. Again, that you can look up yourself. I just don't recall the actual CDH abbreviated or non-abbreviated name terminology for it. Anyway, so yeah, she they were telling us it was probably that, or that's his speculation, but he said that it's pretty rare to happen. Usually, apparently, it happens more so on the left side, I think. It's either the left or the right. I don't really remember. I was way too out of it. Yeah, I don't really recall. I was more in the moment than anything. And anyway, so they made the choice of flying her out to Denver, which is my hometown. I grew up in Denver. So they made the choice to fly her out here to the Rocky Mountain Pediatrics, NICU, whatever you want to call it. And they had asked me, because my husband had left with our oldest to go back home, because I wanted her to go to sleep and rest in her bed instead of a couch, basically, because I had a feeling that we were probably going to be there for a while. I do recall trying to just be positive, or at least neutral about the whole thing, and thinking that, you know, it'll be okay, you know. But I do remember when she was born, I kept asking the nurses and the doctors, I kept asking them, is she okay? Is she okay? And they kept smiling in my face and saying, yeah, she's perfectly fine. I'm not the type of person that goes batshit crazy when bad things happen. I'm pretty much a rational person. I understand, you know, life is life and it happens. And I much rather have the cold hard facts than anything, to be honest. I understand that, you know, professionals do things differently. Some of them do, some of them don't. Some will tell it like it is, others will not. Maybe to err on the side of caution for other reasons, or, you know, I don't know, something like that. But I don't like having a false sense of hope, especially when I know or feel instinctively that something is wrong. And I felt that way with her. And when I had seen her, like, when she came out, I just knew something was wrong. I kept telling my husband I felt something was wrong. I don't know how, I don't know why. But I felt it. I felt it, and I didn't like it. I guess mother instincts or something. Oh gosh. But anyway, so I don't know why I'm crying so much. Like, it sucks. But anyway, so they had asked who wants to go with her, and I said, mind you, when they had asked, she was born at 8:52 p.m. and I think they asked somewhere around, like, I think it was midnight or so, when they told me that they were going to fly her out, and asked who was going to come. He said, either your husband or you can go. I straight up looked at them, because my husband was gone, and I said, I'm going to go, and that's the end of that. I'm going to go. No, you're not going to try and rip me away from my baby right now. I'm not having any of that. And they kept going back and forth with the flight crew, trying to figure out if they were going to take me or not, because of the fact that it hadn't been 24 hours since I had given birth. It was literally about 7 hours since I had given birth. And I didn't care. I felt fine. They gave me precautions. They were worried about me being in pain and this and that. And, kudos to them for going above and beyond. I will give them that. They went so far above and beyond than what I thought. But in my head, I'm in instinctive mommy mode, and I want to be with my baby. I want to know she's okay. I want to just be with her. And I got to spend some more time with my 5-year-old before we left, and she did so good. She's amazing. She is such a trooper. Let me tell you, she's amazing. She is so amazing. But she's doing so good. But anyway, so we flew out from Gillette at 4 a.m. and then landed in Denver around 6. Well, didn't land in Denver around 6. We got to the hospital around 6. And I've been here since 6 a.m. It feels like an eternity already. It feels so long. It does not feel like it's been literally a day. It feels like it's been a week. It feels weird, but I'm here basically by myself. My daughter and my husband are back home because they couldn't come with. They can only take one person. And she has been doing, my newborn girl has been doing really good. She's really strong for what's going on with her, which they found that it wasn't an internal or intestinal hernia. It was actually a cyst on her lung, which they will be doing surgery either tomorrow or Tuesday, depending on what the surgeons all think and plan on doing. I'm hoping to be able to stay in the hospital until her surgery is over, and then afterwards I will be most likely staying with my friend, my best friend Natalie. She's been so amazing. She came by to give support and just talk with me, and it helped get my mind off of things. And then, of course, to go see her newborn niece. And right now I'm just so tired, but it's more so I just want it to be over already. I want the surgery to be done already. I want her to have her smooth recovery. I hope and literally pray, and I'm not very much of a religious person, but I do hope and pray that she makes a full recovery, and the only thing I can do is just trust in the doctors and the nurses. And so far they have been amazing, so amazing. They let me go see her whenever I want to. And they let me basically, the nurse that I had before they switched her over to Allison was Eugene, and Eugene is just awesome. I wasn't feeling it, basically in the mood for a lot of the things, but after I kind of had my bigger cries, I guess you could say, gotten it out, he was quite funny. He made me feel he made me feel better as best as he could, and yeah, he's just a character. But I don't know where I was going. I'm bouncing around a couple of things, but basically, anyway, she's doing way better right now, even though she's got all that crap going on. They're saying that she's breathing on and off by herself without the assistance of the oxygen, and like, she still has like the tubes and stuff, of course, and she's on a sugar, water, calcium, protein mixture right now. I'm hoping that I've been trying to pump as much as possible because I want to provide her with breast milk. But if my milk doesn't come in soon, I'm more than willing to use the donated mother's milk, which, thank you so much to all the breastfeeding women out there who donate their breast milk. I appreciate it so much. In instances like this is, or even like if you have a baby that you want to breastfeed, but like, I don't know, maybe you can't because it hurts. It does hurt. It sucks. Well, it doesn't hurt, but it's definitely an obnoxious kind of feeling at first, especially if you have sensitive nipples. But yeah, go you for doing all that you can in providing for another baby's needs. That is so awesome. But I'm hoping that pretty soon we'll be able to give her something better than sugar, water, protein, calcium mix. She seems hungry, not like wildly hungry, but you can tell that she's getting to that point where she's kind of hungry. She was furiously sucking on her pacifier or sucking on my pinky a lot, and when I was holding her, which was an amazing feeling to actually hold her. I don't think people realize sometimes that, like, small things you take for granted, big time, you take for granted, and it sucks, but I got to hold her for a really long time. I went and checked on her, and she was doing so good. She was awake, and that was like the first time I had seen her like completely awake. And Eugene was so awesome. He was like, I'm gonna let you hold her, so go ahead and sit down. I held her, and I could tell she was kind of hungry because, like, I think instinctively she knew she was trying to open her mouth a lot and wiggle towards my breast a lot, and I really, really wanted to, but they said not right now because of the fact that, like, they're trying to get the meconium out and make sure that she's able to basically breathe on her own and see how she does after the surgery. But it is the most amazing thing when you get to hold your baby and you hold her close and, like, you just watch. And I watched her and I saw for who she was, her little self for that time being anyway. And it was so good to bond with her. I was afraid to bond at first because I didn't know what was going on. I know that sounds kind of silly, but, you know, whatever. But I got to bond with her, and
that was amazing in itself. It was so amazing. So I got a good Mother's Day so far, besides the whole crazy night and morning, but all I could ask for was that she is doing so good. So good. As far as like what she can do right now anyway, she's been doing really good. She came out with blue eyes like her dad, and lighter colored hair. I want to say like lighter brown hair maybe. It's definitely light in the front. And she likes it when her back of her head is rubbed. I thought that was kind of interesting, and she really, really loves to like look straight into my eyes, or as straight as she can get it, but she really, really loves to look. And she was smiling already. It was so cute. And she's just amazing. She's going through so much right now, but she's doing it so well. And I never thought like I would love to hear a baby cry more than I have recently. When she started to fuss and cry, I still held her. I knew she pooped. I could tell. I don't know. It was just, again, maybe one of those instincts that I thought had probably died off since my daughter's 5, my oldest daughter. Since Nora's 5, I thought, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do anymore. It's been 5 years since I've had to deal with, well, we'll say like 3 years, since 3.5-ish, since I've had to deal with like diapers in general, with the random occasion of like friends with their babies and stuff. But even then, a lot of times I didn't have to really deal with it, so it's been a long time though. I think it's just like a bike, I guess. That's the best way I can describe it. You get on this bike, and newborns are the same way, I suppose. Only it's slightly different, because this time I feel like, since I've already done it before, I got great practice with her. Nora, I got great practice with her. But since I had to do that with her and my daughter now, which her name is Zephrine Anais, Zephrine Anais, and it's both are French names. I think Anais can also be derived in like all kinds of different ways, languages, like whatever. Zephrine is basically derived from a Greek word, and I think it's for like Zephyros or something like that. I can't remember right now, so just bear with me. But it's a Greek god, that west wind god, I believe. But it was also used for a Princess Marie Zephrine. Princess Marie Zephrine. I can't really talk right now, so excuse me. But there's another princess too, I think, French princess, that had that name in there too. I have loved that name for the longest time. I think ever since I was pregnant with my daughter, Nora. I'm sorry, I'm still trying to get used to the fact that I have 2 girls now. Well, 2 girls by birth, and then my stepdaughter, but I still consider her my girl too. But anyway, yeah, I love that name. I love that name. And her father, unfortunately, Nora's father, didn't want, I guess, that name. So, but but Nora's name fits her completely. That's 100% Nora. Again, that was another name that I chose, but I basically listed out a bunch of names that I really liked, and I was like, here, choose one that you liked. And he liked Nora Cassidy. Cassidy, at that time, we were probably thinking to do another K name, but we didn't think KKK would be a good idea, if you know what I mean. Anyway, so Nora and Zephine, we just call her Zephy or Zeph, kind of like Steph, almost in a sense, but Zeph. Or my husband was saying, like, oh, Zephine on E, so we could call her Za, for sure. And I thought that was funny. I was like, you can call her Za if you want to. I'm just going to stick to Zephine or Zephy or Zeph or even Rini, I guess, if you really wanted to. Or she'd even go by her middle name. She feels that her first name is too exotic. But it's been an adventure for sure. I'm worn out in the sense of crying. I don't want to cry anymore. I think the only reason why I'm crying still is because of the fact that I don't think any parent wants to go through something like this at all, even if it's a minor thing, surgery for a newborn. That was something I didn't think was going to happen. You know, I didn't think any of this was going to happen, to be honest. I thought that, you know, if anything, she would be in the nursery for a little bit and then come back to me. And then we could start the whole breastfeeding regimen and, you know, be able to go home the next day or something. Or the day after or whatever. Yeah. Life happens. And I'm trying to keep my head above water, and I have every reason, you know, to keep it above water because of the fact that I have to be strong for both of my girls, and I have to be strong for my husband because he's going through a lot, I can tell, and I wish I could do more for him, but right now I can't. I'm trying my best to do so, but sometimes there's only so much that you can do from being so far away, that, and he has to want it for himself, and I know he's fighting it, not wanting it, but I know he's fighting to get where he wants to be, and life is just throwing us a bunch of curveballs in the process, but that's life. I feel like the older you get, more responsibilities and more life crises that happen. It sucks, but it is what it is, so you can't really do much except for roll with the punches and just hope that, you know, everything works out in the end, and that's seriously all you could possibly ask for, in my opinion. But I've talked way too long on this one. So yeah, I guess all I can say is I'm uploading this the next day because it's midnight, because I don't have a good sleep schedule, because I am way too worried. You know, just motherly worries to even think of myself at this moment, which, while she's resting, I should definitely try and rest myself. Right now, I'm trying to just preoccupy myself. I've been watching other people's vlogs just to kind of keep my mind off of things, like Okay Baby. I love them. They're so funny and so happy and so hilarious. They're awesome. Taylor Lynn Talks, I think that's what her channel is called. She's awesome too. I like her because she seems a very what's the word? I don't know, suave and put together. That's how I feel. Like every time I watch her, I always feel like she's a bit sassy, but like in a very classy kind of way, if that makes any sense. I don't know. It just reminds me of someone, or she reminds me of someone from a long time ago. But I like it. I think it's hilarious. Yeah. So anyway, I've been trying to do that in Tana Mojo. Of course, I love Tana. I'm trying to, when I can anyway, keep myself preoccupied, you know, trying to pump and see my daughter as much as possible, which right now I'm pretty sure the nurses are, well, Eugene was cool. He let me come in and didn't really care. He didn't say anything about it. But I was literally coming in a lot. I think they were kind of concerned that I was probably not sleeping. But yeah, anyway, I talked to her a really long time. I think I'm gonna go ahead and just end it here. I will update you guys maybe in an actual put together video. For right now, this was just because I wanted to document it, kind of put it out there, remember how I was feeling in this moment, and yeah, when I do my next video, it'll be an update of her, and then also yeah, just a collection of pictures that I've taken so far and all the cool things, I guess. But you guys, please just pray for my little girl and make sure that, you know, I'm not very religious, so I don't know how to do any of this stuff, okay, so bear with me, but I do believe in God, and I want God to, you know, make sure that she's continuing to do just as great, and that the surgery goes through wonderfully, and that she has a great, smooth recovery. That's all I'm praying for. I'm not praying for anything else. I don't want anything else. I just want her to be okay in the end. And we're in a hospital with very, very capable surgeons, and I'm very confident that this will be done very well, and also the nurses are amazing as well here too. So I'm pretty confident that she's in great hands. Which I think has also kind of helped with my worries and my cautions and stuff, and yeah. Anyway, yeah, I talked way too much, so I will check in, like I said, later in a more put together video. I didn't bring my laptop or anything, so that video will probably be really late when I can get back home. And shout out to Natalie for being here for me and the baby, and then also for going above and beyond, and she's going to be taking me home after everything is all said and done, and I'm hoping that she'll be able to stay with us for the weekend or something like that while she's up there. I would really like her to, and I know she would really love to too. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna leave you guys with this. Sorry for crying. It is sad in a sense, but everything will work out. I'm positive of that, and it'll work out. So like I said, just give us prayers, and yeah, I'll keep you guys updated. So see you later. Bye. He's sleeping so good. I love you. Let's see if I can get a good enough. I don't think you're doing great. You're doing so good. Yeah. I love you. I love you. I love you. Love you. You're doing so good.